I love Digicel Flex cards. We get it anywhere, anytime. In a town, out of town. Digicel Flex cards, always found.
You're listening to Perkins Online, the thinking person's talk show. Our phone numbers are 968-4901, 968-4902, 968-4903, and 1-888-991-4072. You can email us at perkinsonline@cwjamaica.com. You can listen to Perkins Online on the World Wide Web, free at www.go-jamaica.com. Now, back to Perkins Online on Power 106.
Okay, thank you very much. We're back here online. The Observer this morning carries as its main story on the page one. Blythe breaks ranks with government on CCJ. And we are being told that that Dr. Blythe favors a referendum on the question of the court, replacing the Privy Council. I heard Deacon Thwaites on this subject this morning saying that the Observer must have had difficulty finding a headline or some story to that the government was always in favor of a referendum. Government was always in favor of a referendum to entrench the court. But well, first of all, I don't know that the government was all at this. I'm hearing this for the first time from Deacon Thwaites, that the government was always in favor of a referendum to entrench the court. But in any event, what the government wanted clearly to do was to abolish appeals to the Privy Council, replace it with the appeals to the unentrenched Caribbean court, and then possibly, although it made no commitment to this as far as I'm aware, possibly at a later stage the people would be asked about whether they approve its entrenchment, and if at that point they said no, they didn't want it wouldn't vote in favor of entrenching it, then it would remain presumably unentrenched and could be changed by any government at any time. Now, so that's my understanding. Now, if Dr. Blythe is saying that he favors a referendum for the people to decide whether they would want the Caribbean court to replace the Privy Council in their judicial system, that is, as I understand it, a totally different idea. And I see nothing wrong on the basis of what I understand to be the report. I see nothing wrong with the Observer's headline here. And if that is Dr. Blythe's position, he is, in my view, to be congratulated. At least he's saying, forget it, I am not in that. Okay, hello? Hello? No? Hello? What's happening?
Hello?
Yes, sir, good morning to you.
Good morning.
Uh-huh.
I understand.
Beg your pardon?
Hello?
You seem to have woken up just in time.
I understand. Some time ago, government servants used to act this way as servants and address letters.
Yes.
Obedient servant.
Yes, your obedient servant. No?
Yes.
Yes.
And as I recall,
that was in the old colonial days, man.
Those terrible days.
Yes. When the white people, the wicked white people, were running the country and terrorizing all of us black people, you know.
Yeah. I also recall reading the scriptures where the Lord said he came not to be ministered unto.
I beg your pardon?
In reading the scriptures, the Lord Jesus said he came not to be ministered unto, but to minister.
Yes.
And to serve. And I think the word minister meant servant.
It's a Latin word,
yes,
which means a servant, yes.
Right, but I suppose we just use it. That is all lost now.
Oh, God, yes.
And,
oh, yes.
In fact, I think...
Minister now in Jamaica means master.
In fact, the roles are reversed.
Oh, God, yes. I mean, minister means the man who is in the great house. Right?
And I don't think the Jamaican people understand largely enough that is supposed to be the situation. They are supposed to serve rather than we serving them.
Yes.
And I think this accounts for I suppose the awe in which.
Hello?
Yes.
The awe in which they're held.
Yes.
Yes, but they also, Mr. Patterson is very concerned to stimulate the measure of that awe, because he now insists upon being termed the most honorable.
And another situation with the Caribbean courts. Do you think if we had a history of trusting our governments, we would have had as much outcry as we have now?
No.
And this is the root of the problem.
And there is no basis, sir, for trusting the government. Look at what is happening with the Auditor General's report. Can you trust people like these who borrow in your name and for your account $15 billion and another 176 million US dollars?
Yeah.
And there is no record of where those monies are.
And these are not private funds for. I mean, if the ministers had their own private money using for that, there would nobody's business.
Yes.
But these are monies which, if you don't pay them, they lock you up.
Yes. Yes.
And
these are public funds.
And you have no right to question how they are used.
Yes.
It's really amazing.
And they're going through all kinds of surreptitious processes, right? And not coming. I mean, the Constitution requires that expenditure of public money be done with the prior approval of Parliament, right? Parliament is to allocate resources, to approve taxation, and to allocate resources to expenditure, right? What is happening here is that the government is going behind the backs of parliamentarians, behind the backs of the entire people, and committing money to expenditure. You think that you could go and get a loan? This loan that these couple of loans that this company has got, that it hasn't been paying back, and there's not even an agreement, a signed agreement as to what their responsibilities are, right? And the government, the Ministry of Finance, has undertaken to repay the money if they don't repay it, right? You think you could have got a loan on that basis?
Not at all.
Huh?
Not at all. But in addition to that, these reports that the Auditor General makes from time to time over these so many years.
Well, before we go to that, so what if the government wouldn't do that for any one of us? Why is it doing it for that company?
Well, something to find out.
What is its motive?
And I said these are not private funds. These are the funds for the country.
Anyway, you were going on somewhere else.
Yes, now I'm saying that what's the use of having these? Well, apart from information, the Auditor General's report. If after he makes all these reports, nothing happens, and he does it on the following year, and all these violations take place, and nothing happens. And I mean, you know, apart from informing the country what is happening,
I don't know. You see, I've been wondering, how long is it going to take the Auditor General to recognize that he's wasting his time? And that he could as well resign and go off to Ethiopia.
But if these reports were made in a private company, say Grace Kennedy or
the shareholders would raise hell and would fire the managers.
Yeah, because I suppose that's the reason why you have auditors.
Yes.
I mean, and in fact, if these things are going on from time to time in a company, they would be bankrupt.
Well, true. But governments have a way of not going bankrupt, you see, because they can always come and demand more from the people. But the thing is this, that when you see this kind of, at the very least, irresponsibility, and at the worst, crookedness going on, right?
Yeah.
And then what? The people who are doing it will continue to do it for as long as they find it convenient, or you know, until the next election or some rubbish like this.
One final thing, they sometimes, you know, when justice is administered at a distance, if all the parameters for the justice for adjudication is there, sometimes when it is done from a distance, you get better judgment.
Yes.
Because nobody knows personally, he didn't go to high school or university.
Absolutely.
With the people who are involved.
Absolutely.
And so there's this attitude of using the parameters to judge